Evening. I'm not sure how they say good evening in Sweden. Good evening, something like that maybe. But my knowledge of Sweden isn't great. Swedish Chef and the Muppets is about as far as it goes, really. I know that alcohol's very pricey over there, and they have state licensed off licenses, and you can only pick up alcohol during certain hours. So I think they have a tendency to go quite high with the ABV generally, because if you're going to have a drink, you want to make it worth your while. Lots of long dark nights up there, and you want something that's going to be tasty, warm you up. And I have a feeling, you may have spotted this on the camera already, that this just might do the job. It's a Mohawk brewery. It's their black. They've called it an oxymoron, so I'm guessing, I mean, I've used the word oxymoron before in relation to a black IPA. So I'm guessing it's somewhere. Oh no, it says IPA on the bottle. Sorry, I'm being a twat. So it's an IPA. Alright, a black IPA in fact. One of my favourite types of beer. It comes in at 7.5%. Lovely plain bottle, and lots of stuff in the back in Swedish. Oxymorden are en video Rutveckling Avora RX Black IPA Easter Edition. This is Easter Edition. So that means it's nice and fresh if this is Easter Edition. Lots more Swedish stuff. Then it goes on to talk about the kind of malts that are in there. And then I recognise some of these then, I'm guessing, well, they are the hops. They use Amarillo, Cascade, Citra, Columbus, Crystal, Magnum and Simcoe. So this is rammed full of hops. Really looking forward to it. If the wife's lucky, I might save her a bit. So let's get the cap off without further ado. Cheers, by the way, to the Real Ale Guide for doing a trade on this. He's had something a bit different off me, and I've inherited the goodness of this. So, not much on the popping out there. In the pour, as you'd expect, it's black. It's black IPA, of course it's black. And that's developed, well, if I'd have poured a bit more aggressively, that would very easily have been a one finger ahead. Dark, kind of, bloody hell, I'm getting the hops from over there. There's wafting across. I didn't even really take a breath through my nose. I caught them on the kind of suck in from my mouth, which is enough to tickle my nose from there. Amazing. So quite a dark tan head, and it's always that thing with a black IPA. If you closed your eyes and somebody gave it you, you'd probably think you were getting a normal IPA. Now I can see, actually, I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up. There's quite a lot of movement on there, and that's feeding that head. That's keeping it constant. Let's see if that stays all the way down the bottle. There's quite a lot of movement. Very, very, very tiny bubbles there. So I'm gonna have a sniff. Haha. I'm going to use my other hand. Yes. The trouble with being a married man is that occasionally you end up rubbing your wife's feet, and I've been rubbing it and using some kind of apricot based stuff.
You have to be married to do that?
Well, it's one of those things that comes with being married. If that makes me less of a man, then so be it. I'm going to use this hand, which I haven't been rubbing feet with tonight.
Is that what you're telling them? You've been rubbing my feet?
I was rubbing your feet. Now I'm pleased to say that the fruit based hand cream stuff on this hand isn't actually dissimilar to what I'm getting when I use my left hand, which isn't fruit based currently. What I'm getting from the nose on the beer. That's fantastic. I've just snorted a little bit out of my nose, so I'm just going to remove that quickly. 2 seconds. That's interesting, because I didn't expect that. The foot cream I was using was mango and papaya, and the smell on this hand is virtually the same as the smell of this drink. Really, really odd, and yet really, really lovely. I can't wait to get into this. Cheers. stunning. Absolutely stunning. Fantastic. You get the big hint of what is clearly mango and papaya from all those different hops that are in there. Too many to list again. And at the end you get a big maltiness, like a slight burnt to a crisp kind of maltiness in there as well, and that's the thing that lands on your tongue and sits very heavily on your tongue. Ooh. Have a little bit more of that. I'm just working it around my mouth a bit. That is incredibly well done. The very small bubbles, as I thought they might, kind of, you could swish this around your mouth with your tongue a couple of times and allow it to work its way around and hit every single flavour receptor you've got in there. Really, really moreish. 7.5%, I can see why they've put it in a 330. I think this would sit just as happily for me in a 500ml bottle. Get a pint of this and you make it last. Wife?
Yeah?
Come and try this a second.
Oh, if I mix them up.
You won't regret it. And you see that head's sitting very nicely in there. Incredibly well crafted. I'll try on that.
Thank you. Can they see me?
No, I don't think so.
Hello.
There's the wife.
Ooh. Ooh. That looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, smell that.
It smells of that. How peculiar.
Strange
That's
coincidence
really
that. I've not had this before, so it's entirely coincidental. Right.
Is this Swedish one, is it?
This is Mohawk Black IPA.
That's cracking.
Fan-bloody-tastic. Well, I'm going to have to find a way to source this now from the continent before the wife drinks it all. I'm going to give it a rating.
That's the nicest black IPA I've tried.
It's smoother than most of the ones I've
I
tried.
haven't tried many. But it is good. It's really good.
Thank you, wife.
You're welcome.
Good work. A rating. I'm happy because it's one of my favourite styles of beer, and because it's so good, I'm going to go with a 9.5. So, well done, Mohawk, with your lovely, lovely label. Thank you to Rail Guide for doing the swap through with me, and thanks for watching. Cheers.